Uncle Bill here, and what you're seeing is my bee suit. It's not quite new anymore. I think I got it like in November or December or something. And when I got it, um, it would be the second time I ever wore a bee suit. The first time I had worn one, I got a I got a call and they was like, "Would you like to go experience what it's like to be a commercial beekeeper, messing with a bunch of hives?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." So if you've never seen it before, it's basically a two-box setup, and each box has frames for honey and for the bees to, do what bees do. And there was hundreds of them. The first time I ever touched a hive, I touched 200 hives. It was incredible. And the thing that I took away from it, and this is like I said, this was like November, December, so it was cold outside. I was in Jacksonville, I was in Stella, North Carolina, which is about 10 minutes from Jacksonville. But so the bees were a little bit more docile than they are because of the temperature change. They got a temperature range that they like to be in to be out. Otherwise, they like to hang in the hive. It's too cold for them. But that day would end up being warm. But the bees being around you, I don't know. And what I'm going to end up doing, if you've never been around people that've been around bees or honeybees, it's the noise. It's the what's actually transpiring while you're working with the honeybees, especially in that amount of group, because the average person only has one, two, maybe three boxes, four tops. It's just a lot to deal with, especially if you don't have no help. When we were doing hundreds, I mean, they got thousands out there, and what they do is they don't. Of course, they get the honey and the wax and all the other stuff that comes from the bees, but commercial ones, especially what is it, Julian Scott, they send their bees to California, and they help hey, boss lady Denise, how you doing? And welcome and appreciate you. They help the honeybees in North Carolina help the almonds grow in California. That's a whole big majority of that. If you didn't know, North Carolina is the number one honeybee association in the United States. And the group that I'm a part of, the Onslow County, man, them guys are incredible. Them guys and ladies. Most of them are up there in age, and they've been a part of the bee community 10, 15, 20, 30, 30 plus years. And that's what drew me into it. They got a wealth of knowledge and are willing to, I mean, give up product and everything. I mean, they've reached a point that where the only thing they really care about is sharing the information, sharing what they got. Hey, Brandy, so good of you to come in. Appreciate you. That's my homegirl too, man. I miss that girl. I ain't seen her in 2 years. So in I think it was October, I seen one of my buddies. He got he got he bought some bees. That's what he did. He bought some bees. He bought a couple boxes, and I asked him about it. I was like, "Hey, man, that's pretty cool. You got bees. How'd you get a part of it?" And he told me what had happened. And he told me there was a class. Come to the class. Come to the class, man. So, and it was 2 hours, 7 to 9. And I was like, "Sure, I'll go." And man, I didn't even have a ride, so I called my sister up and I was like, "Hey, would you be interested?" Because she was really like the only option I had at the time. And she said yes. So me and her been going. We went October, November, December, and the whole time, and that, most of those 2 hours, they have a break and they have refreshments and all that shit. But they talking about honeybees. I mean, letting the knowledge. And if you're a good instructor, I can pass any quiz or test. Let it be on the information that you're teaching, and I got it because I've really got a good retention. And so I didn't study at all. They gave me a like a what do they call that? A thumb drive, where you pop it in the computer, and that has the information that you would need to pass the test and shit. I didn't even look at it. Matter of fact, I just seen it. I've never opened it. I've never stuck it in a computer or anything. When it came test time, so, somebody had told me about this app called Quizit, and that they had a pre-test on it, and I took it, and I failed it the first time. Like I did, like maybe it had like 20 questions, and I got a 50 on it. I got half right. Well, then I took it again, and then I got 100, and then I got 50 something questions in a row. So it ended up being like 70 questions in a row. And then I went in and got a 95 on the test. And it's really just a credit to the teachers, man. If you're especially in the Onslow County area or around that area, and you want to be a part of a group that's really doing out there doing a thing, that's where it is. And it's 2 hours, one Tuesday, the second Tuesday every month. So I passed the test. So then you got to take a practical test. If you see right here, they give you a little name tag and stuff. Bam. So it's $75. So the course is $75, and for $75 um, you get a class. You get to take both tests, and then like I didn't even know, but they got these magazines that come every month. They just been they just been sitting in a pile, and I didn't know. But you get one of these every month, even addressed to you. And I ain't never read it. I'm just gonna be honest with you. But what I didn't know that you got was one is this cool name tag. I really like that thing. I always like name tags ever since my days in fast food. But if you know anything about me, I need to take this damn hat off. I don't need it. You know what it's helping? Nothing. Oh, there's a full moon. Well, it looks like one anyway. So if you know anything about me, man, I love certificates. So I got this in the mail, and I was damn. So they always want you to keep going in everything you do. Damn, see, I even walked around the camera like I have it. But check that out. And it's even made out of that old nice paper too. That ain't no regular. That ain't that ain't no stock Walmart paper. Um, that like it really made my day. And so let me tell you, when I first went out there, when I said like I said in December, we did a couple hundred boxes, and I went out there and I didn't have a bee suit, and the guy who was out there, he had an extra one, and so I put it on, and because it really wasn't like an extra one, I was wearing his suit. He just happened to have another one, but what he had was a half suit. He had an inspector suit, which is only the jacket. He didn't even have a face mask or the pants on. So when we're over there doing the bees and shit, and like you got to hold the bee box. So what we did was we fed the bees. You know, they're in November, December here in North Carolina. It's freezing ass cold. There ain't no flowers. There's no nectar. There's no pollen. There's no shit. You have to feed the bees, and it's just sugar water. And so there's a inside of each honey box. There's a reservoir, just a black tub, and you fill it up with sugar water, and that feeds the bees. And you give it there's like a looks like a damn like a wafer or something. But it's just pollen and all kind of goody shit for the bees to eat. Looks like a granola bar. And you go to the next box, and you go to the next box. So you have to check the bees. So it's two boxes sticking together, and you have to open it up to see how the bees are doing, to see even if the hive's still alive. Because a lot of time, I mean, like we did over 250 hives, 60 of them were dead. And you move those boxes to the side. I mean, there just wasn't no bees in them. They were either all dead or wasn't no bees. But still 200 we had to feed. And so you got to put those bees, you got to hold the box, and it's heavy. It could be anywhere from 20 to 100 pounds. And when you put the sugar water, it just gets heavier. So, man, I can't read anything out of the chat. I'm sorry. It's a trap house. Appreciate you, trap house. So look, so oh my god, oh my god, the dude's holding the damn bees, and mind you, he ain't got nothing to cover his. He's got on pants, but the bees are all over. Listen, when I say all, it just is midsection where his doo wobbies and ding ding hang out in his butt. It looked like his whole like he had a belt of bees on, and like a wrestler's thing, and they started tearing his ass up, man. And I felt so bad Cause I got on his full suit. I know they stung him, and I mean in the ding ding, man. He's jumping up and down and shit like he doing a PP dance. And I don't want to laugh, but I'm just one of them dudes. I'm gonna laugh at you. If you fall in front of me, you screwed. I'm laughing hard. I'm gonna make sure you all right and shit, but I'm gonna laugh. I'm a silly ass dude. So the whole time I'm watching this, I'm feeling bad because I know it could have been prevented. If yeah, it is a poor dude. And I appreciate everybody being in here. And I don't know how to work anything on my screen. Yeah, he got stung bad. So what happened? All right, so that was in like November or December. So during some part, like in January or February, he sends hundreds of boxes of bees to California. They actually get all these bees wrapped up, prepared, and shit, and put them in an 18-wheeler and ship them over to California for almonds. And probably some other shit too, but what I've been told basically, his bees went for the almond industry, and that's pretty impressive in and of itself to go that far. Because a honeybee, if you don't know, only lives 60 days. You might get some queens that shit live 6 months, maybe a year, but generally speaking, the workers and the brood and stuff, they only last 60 days. They're gonna die. So when they sent those bees off, the bees that came back wasn't even the bees that they sent off. The queen never stops for her whole life, never stops producing eggs until the point that where she can't, and then normally they finish her off and go look for a new queen. Because bees without a queen is like people without Jesus, man. You just lost. They have to have they're when they're born to the queen, it's in everything is about that queen. When the queen says go, go. If she says stay, stay. If she says fight, whatever the hell the queen says, it's it. It's the bottom line. So so when the bees came back, now these when these bees came back, if you don't know, almonds is like one of the best protein sources for bees. So when those bees came back like on steroids, man. They were bigger, they were fatter, they were meaner, they were pretty as hell, and they were pissed. And they say like all everybody around here in North Carolina, first of all, every bee person that I ever met is real. They real susceptible to their own honey. You know what I mean? Because they know that what went into it. But the majority of people around here, and I didn't even try it. I got some at the house. Say almond honey sucks. I mean, it's just nasty. And but the bees love it. So they've got all these bees that came in and they're loaded down with honey. And what they almost call useless honey, except for the fact that the bees love it, so they just feed it to the bees. Lord have mercy though. This shit is heavy, man. I mean, like the reason why I'm out there is because I'm a bull. I mean, I'm strong as hell. And I was excited about doing this, especially because I just got my new bee suit, man. And when I went to the bee place, I told them, hey, look, I really need like the best suit you got. Like I don't never have always have a lot of money, but I have enough money right now to get the best suit that I can get. What's the best suit you got? And if you can't tell, this is like some orange shit, but it's got like fancy elbow pads and knee pads and little straps here and there and shit. So when I went out to do with the bees and stuff, I thought, man, my shit was ready, man. I was ready. And like you got to have gloves. You just can't be handling bees, man. 'Cause when they hit that pheromone off on you, you can cancel Christmas. Your ass is grass, man. They will never stop. They will never ever listen to me. Look at me when I'm telling you. Never stop until your ass is dead or way the hell gone. And you could go a long way. Like I always wondered how far it would be because I've been attacked by ground hornets and shit. And I've been tore up, man. I mean, I've been stung 30, 40, 50 times by ground hornets because I'm a landscaper and it's just nothing to walk by a pal and they be pissed off and tear you up. And you can't outrun them. You may get away, you know what I mean? But it's like, no, you're in trouble. So, but ground hornets and honeybees ain't the same. It's not the same kind of thing, but it is the same. Well, not really. Almost the same kind of aggression because when we came out on those damn honeybees with that almonds, and we went out there We went out there because there was so many bees. So what happens? You'll see some. Hey, Rachel, what's going on, girl? What happens is if the environment, it doesn't matter where they are, if the environment they're in, the queen can't produce the way she needs to producing eggs, or if there ain't places to store honey or brood caps and all that shit, they'll evacuate whatever they're in, whether it be a tree, your beehive, underneath a bush, underneath a house, and it's called swarming. And I'm actually part of the Onslow County Swarm Team. If you've ever, I've actually have a video on it. So what happens is they'll leave, and the hive that we actually went out in Oak Island, North Carolina, it was probably 50, 60,000 bees. It's an incredible clump, one big ass clump. It was inside a woman's bush, and she had a beautiful view of the sound in out there in Oak Island, and we went in there and got it. And the problem was if you catch a swarm, regardless of how big it is, if it doesn't have a queen with it, and you try to transplant it into your system or around your system, they're going to leave again. They need to have bees. Those bees are just going to wander off until they either die. Because remember, they're only going to live for 60 days anyway. Because we took those bees back to my buddy's house, back to J.P. O'Donnell's house, and those bees left the next day. So it was almost a wasted trip. And somebody else could have probably just picked them up, had a nice little queen set up, because you could buy a queen, and just as easy as you could buy a bean. So we out there with those almond bees, and them boxes were heavy as hell, man. I mean, probably like the lightest box is 60 pounds. So there's two boxes stacked on top of each other, just like I said before. So what has to happen this time is you have to lift it up, and they're going to stick a box in between there. And that box is going to be allowed for new growth. There's going to be new frames in there, and the queen could just crawl up, because everything likes to start from the bottom and crawl up. And the queen's going to crawl up, and she's going to have all this space to make new eggs, and all the workers are going to have to make for the brood and start making honey for you. We got to do about 150 of them. And these fuckers, I'm telling you, man, like the lightest is 50 pounds, and it's probably 80, 90 pounds. And you got to lift it up now. And now this is where it got incredible, because those bees were big. They were pissed off, man. Like, and it's in your ears. Like, when the veil comes off, there's just a couple inches between you and them, and you can look out your face and not see shit because it's covered in bees. And not bees. Like, if you've ever seen somebody that has a big ass beard of bees, or totally covered in bees, and you're wondering why he ain't getting stung the hell up, they put a queen probably inside of a box, because normally just a queen bee ain't going to hang out on you. But I could strap a queen bee. If a queen, like, take a hive, take the queen out the hive, that hive, all the bees to that hive belong to that queen. That's what I'm trying to tell you now. So I could take that queen out the hive, put it on my neck, and all the bees would come to it. If it doesn't consider you a threat, it doesn't know you're a human. It doesn't know that you want to hunt. It doesn't know shit about you and doesn't care. Listen, a bee doesn't give a fuck about nothing but the queen. Straight up. That's what they tell you at the bee school. The bees don't care. They're going to do whatever it is they want to. You can have all the scientific evidence. You can have all the experience. If a bee wants to leave, they are gone. It's just like you. Except these things sting. And honeybees definitely die when they sting you, man. And it doesn't hurt as bad as a wasp. It doesn't hurt as bad as a ground hornet. It's a mouse sting. The shit hurts. I mean, it hurt. And so I got this fancy suit on, right? So let's talk about this suit, because I'm not particularly impressed with it at all, or these damn gloves, man. And I paid like $180 for the suit, and I paid like $25 for the gloves, right? So I got these things, and I go out there, and I'm all gung-ho. I done stretched. I done ate. I'm mentally prepared. I done had me a bang. I'm good to go. So I go out there, and the first box that I grab, and the bees are a little bit active. They're damn everywhere, man. And so I grabbed the first damn box, and it's heavy. And what bees do is they like to really make sure that their house is protected. So when those two boxes are sticking together, there's always this like little crack right there. They'll make wax or paraffin or whatever the hell, some mucus shit to cover that up. So you just can't pick that box up and hold it. You got to break that box open with your hive tool, and it's not like it's a hard thing or anything, and it only takes a second. But you have to do that every single time, and then hold that box. Them boxes were heavy, man. I mean, really, I'm a strong dude. But you lift 80 pounds every time. And look, there's a woman doing it, and there's another dude doing it. There's a bunch of us. And I'm not complaining at all. I'm just telling you what happened. And then, so I'm holding this shit, and I had to lean. You got to lean over. And when you lean over, what you don't realize, you're supposed to wear a hat. There's rules about wearing a suit that if you don't know, I'm going to tell you. One, wear a billed hat. And what that does, it makes sure that the veil doesn't come in contact with your face. Because once the veil comes in contact with your face, it's not shit for a damn bee to sting through it. The first bee sting that I ever got was right here in my nose. And it wasn't really that bad. It just caught, oh shit. I bought this suit to protect me from that happening. But I didn't do the things necessary to make sure that to help the suit to help me. And that's one of the first things you need to learn is if you don't have the brim, that a brim veil, you need to wear a hat to make sure, because if it does press against your face, all the bees that are there are going to sting you. They're going to sting the hell out you. And once it starts, listen, from the first sting, I don't care where that sting is at, if you're around a group of honeybees, maybe all bees, I'm not sure. I'm just talking about honeybees at night. They're going to tear your ass up. They're never going to stop. They're just going to keep coming, and they're going to die. Everything that stings you, everything that puts that stinger in you, that stinger's going to come out. They're all going to die. But they will never stop. I have walked almost a mile and had the bees follow me and angry, man. They're just so bad. Pissed. They're never going to forgive you. There's no, oh, I'm sorry. And we're not trying to hurt them. We're trying to help them. We're giving you extra, and I say giving, because, okay, so if you don't know also that honeybees are under attack. For the whole life of a honeybee, it's never had, everything has an enemy, but it didn't have things that would wipe them the hell out, like the varroa mite and a bunch of other mites now that have came from overseas. That's the problem. Some shit just jumps on ships and comes over here and instantly causes a fucking pandemic, really, because they wipe all your bees out. Or the foul brood, the European foul brood, or the American foul brood disease. You got to cancel Christmas. You got to destroy everything. The moths that go in there, and the beetles and shit. Honeybees are always under attack, and it's something that's spread like in the last 20 years, and it's something that you have to deal with. It was a sting to my nose, then it was 2 to my chin, but then I got smart. I didn't actually have a hat, but what I did have was the common sense not to have that fucking veil stick in my face, on my face no more. So I never got stung. I got stung the first 3 times in my face, but that set off the pheromone. Now I'm screwed. There's nothing I can do now. Now I'm screwed. And I'm in, there's no telling how many bees. Hundreds of thousands. So everything that you see is bees now. When we cracked that first case, and like by the time that we got to 10, and it had messed around in 10 of those, and we're going to do 150, all them bees are pissed, and they're big. But the real damage came to my hands. And even though, I mean, these are leather, they started. Prayers. Thanks for coming in. They started tearing my hands up. I mean, it was horrible, and I was looking down at my fingers as I'm holding the bee box, and I'm trying to swat them away, but that's really not the best thing to do. But you can't help it. And listen, this sound is amplified a million times. If you've ever heard a gnat, a mosquito, a bee, a fly, bzzz, the intensity of that. I'm going to wear a microphone. I'm going to put several microphones on me. The problem is you won't be able to listen to it long. It's scary. The you have to overcome the fear of it. You will freak out. It's never stopping. It's they're right here, and you know what their objective is. I've seen so many stingers. I've seen so many bees walking across my glove. I can see their stinger, and their stinger never stops stinging. Their stinger's designed to keep digging in you. If you ever get stung by, maybe I'll even do that for y'all guys. I'm gonna let it sting so you can see the stinger. There's no bee on it. It just keeps going down in you and stinging and stinging and stinging. And it'll do that until it gives out. The stinger has a life in and of itself, and it's not so bad. I mean, the thing that saved me was my gloves. But I still felt and I mean every damn sting. It was unrelenting. Unrelenting. I hated it. And it kept going. And then it got stung in the back. So, let me tell you about the bee suit again. So, you got this cuff. Now, when the glove goes on, you tuck your glove inside of your sleeve. And the best advice I'm going to give you, you make sure you tape up your arms and your legs. You have to tape them up. Them bees will figure out a way to get in there. And when they get in there, they're going to start stinging. And the one thing you don't want is a bee inside your bee suit tearing your ass up. Now, they only get one sting, so that's the great thing. Unlike hornets and yellow jackets and shit, they could just keep stinging you, and they don't have to worry about dying or nothing. But the honeybee only gets one sting. But that stinger keeps stinging, so it's inside your damn suit. You can't get in. It's just keep fucking stinging and stinging and stinging. And you got however many get up in your suit. And then, so it's bad enough. And I'm holding the box. I can't drop this box. And then if I did and it broke and all the bees went flying and shit, the bees are on the frame. There's hundreds of extra boxes and shit. Nobody really cares. They expect you maybe to freak out, and especially me, because I'm a greenhorn or whatever the hell they call brand new people in the bee business. So also, like, I got bad allergies, and I'm a landscaper and shit, but like my eyes will itch real bad. I'll get a damn inner ear infection. My nose will run. That's my biggest problem with the allergy. My nose will run like a faucet, man. So when I got stung in the nose and the face and shit, one of the first things that happened, so it's like 90 degrees. I'm sweating my ass off. I don't know if you can see it or not with this bee suit on. But we're in the daytime in the hot ass sun, and it's beating down. And I've got snot. Could you put a tiny netting over the boxes? What, to keep the bees in? Yeah, happy hump day to you, Jeanette. No. Basically, what you always want to do is let your bees be free. But like technically, yeah, I'm not a full expert on honeybees, but I wouldn't see nothing wrong with that. I just don't know. I'm not like really qualified to give that, but I can see where could you put it? I can see where you're going with that. So these be so my nose is running, and listen, you got to remember that veil. You can't touch shit when you got to take something to drink. You can't just casually pull your damn head off. Those bees ain't stopping. Let me tell you what you have to do. You have to get in a vehicle, roll down the windows, and drive probably about 2 miles as fast as you can. That's how you get the bees off of you. You ever wonder how you get honeybees off of you when you're surrounded by honeybees? That's the best way to do it. Get in your vehicle and then hope. You better check. It's not really a big deal because remember they only sting you one time. That's the only, always remember they can only sting you one time and that's it. And get that damn stinger out because it's gonna sting you forever. So, man, they tear my ass up. I left. I walked away a couple times. I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, I just couldn't take it, especially in my hand. And I'm using my hands to pick up the bees. I there never came a point in the 5 hours that I worked out there that I never didn't see. I couldn't see my hands for the bees. And listen, they was coming over and smoking my gloves up. My gloves got lung cancer from the smoke. All the smoke that they poured on there, they look like Snoop Dogg's lungs, man. It was. I mean, it wouldn't stop. I'm telling you, if when a honeybee stings you and you're around that hive, get the hell away fast because it. And you're going to destroy your hive. I probably killed 10,000, 20,000 bees that day. It's an astronomical number because you saw all the little stingers was in my glove. Wherever they sting you, the stinger stays there. There was a gazillion. My whole glove was black. Um, and you could just see the bees walking away. Their guts, a long stream of guts. The whole insides coming out wherever the hell they stinging you at, and they're trying to fly off, and their little guts are stuck, and you can see the damn stinger. I'm gonna try to. Well, I'm gonna get cameramen to have on bee suits to do the best job. Hey, K and K, what's going on? To do the best job I can, so you can see all that because it's incredible. It's really fun to watch the bees. You know, if you watch some bees come in, and like I got a short that you could see where the bees came in, and they got different colored pollen. They got yellow pollen and red pollen and brown pollen, and they're just happy as hell coming in and out, just watching the transactions. They're pretty cool, man. And if you like honey, this is one of the only things that make honey. And they endangered, or not endangered, but they in trouble. They just need some help. What they don't need is anybody messing with them. So, like I was talking about swarming. So, if you see a swarm, if you see a honeybee swarm, don't try to destroy it. I'd recommend you not even try to mess with it because once you get stung, I'm telling you, you're in trouble. But go to Google and see if they got a honeybee recovery team. That's what I'm part of. A swarm team. We call it a swarm. Or anything like that. You could be helping somebody, and maybe the person that you help out might give you a jar of honey or two. They say it takes like 1 million flowers to make one jar of honey, and one honeybee produces like a drop of honey during the whole 60 days of its life. It's not a lot. So when you see a honey jars loaded up in the store and shit, it took a lot of bees. It took a lot of flowers. It took a lot of somebody's time putting sugar water together so the bees could eat. Have something too because we all need some help, and not flowers are and the things that they eat are seasonal. How long have you ever seen a flower last? Most of them are only a couple days, some are only a couple hours, some a month, and that's what the bees need. So if you have bees around, sometimes like you can help them out by putting some sugar water out there. Now, when you draw that kind of attention, don't be surprised if it ain't too much. So if you're not looking to do that, I wouldn't recommend it. Would a forklift help? There is we they have a forklift out there, but it you the boxes are small, and they're stuck together. So it wouldn't even be feasible. They use the forklifts to like load up the trucks and shit, or to take the empty boxes that we stack up for them to move. Um, but basically, dealing with honeybees, it's laborious. It's expensive and laborious. I got probably $250 in suit gear, with my smoker and my hive tool, and I don't have a B1, and not really even looking to have honeybees right now. It's just too much of a risk if to um, the the things that could happen during the process of trying to make bees to make honey for you. There's no guarantee. There's no guarantee in anything, but especially in bees, they'll just leave. They'll leave you. You could feed them and nurture them like a bad person. They'll be gone out. They'll be gone out like last year, and you'll just be, hey, Crystal, what's going on? Appreciate you stopping by. You just be gone. Honey, like my man said, honeybees just don't care. They don't care anything about but being a honeybee. They don't have no feelings to anything other than the queen. That the queen's the only thing that matters. She is the end all, the be all. Like no, it's like you don't even have a choice. She follows them. So I got stung up, man. I couldn't tell you 200, 300, 400 times, all in my hands, all in my back. They got up. They got in my damn. They got in my legs. God, I couldn't believe it, man. I was and I'm kicking myself in the ass. I did run and go get the tape. I'm not stupid. Once shit goes south, man, I start following the rules real good. And I appreciate Julie and them for giving me the opportunity, man. I mean, it was incredible. Those bees are gone. 60 days is, generally speaking, 50 something days is a honeybee's life, and after that they die. So those we don't have to worry about those bees no more. And um, I got my certificate. So now, so what I'm going to do is, I got a few buddies that are in the bee game. Besides, small shit. Got two hives, 10 hives, 8 hives, and we're gonna go out there and we're really gonna try. I got a bunch of cameras. I got a bunch of SD cards. I got plenty of damn lighting. And then the best thing to do will probably maybe do some in the day and some in the night. If you ever notice, bees and wasps don't fly at night. Honeybees have 5 eyes, if you didn't know, and they don't do shit for night. Anything can fly at night if it's got wings, of course. But generally speaking, you're not gonna catch a honeybee out of the night. And they have temperatures that they like to come out. If it ain't above 50 degrees, probably won't see a honeybee. Um, and that's good. All this is going to be soon. So look, take from this. If you see a swarm of honeybees, don't destroy them. Don't try to mess with them. Go to your phone. Go to Google. Look up honeybee swarm recovery or something, and see if you can't get somebody out there. I enjoyed that call, man. I mean, it's nothing like seeing a whole group of honeybees, and like we were touching them and shit. Did I get stung? I don't think I got stung. Now my buddy, if you look at that video, JP O'Donnell, he went out there. I think he went out there in some damn Crocs, man. And never do that. Wear boots. They recommend it. Wear a hat. Wear the bill hat if you ain't got a veil. Make sure you tape up your arms and your legs, um, and wear boots. Cause and be prepared for the earness. I would almost recommend, if you can, wearing ear protection, because that damn noise is deafening. And I'm telling you, I'm gonna put microphones right here, and test yourself to see how long that you can listen to that too, because that's not like waves crashing or beautiful waterfall sounds or rain pinging off of a damn tin roof. It's honeybees trying to sting your ass, and nonstop, and you're covered in them. You're covered in them, man. And I loved it. It was cool. It was scary in a sense, but it was cool. Even getting stung up like that. So, oh, you saw a bee house the other day. Oh, really? Yeah. And so, I'm also going to be a part of the outreach program. So I keep missing them, man. That goes to schools. They got one coming up in the county fair, because like, so well, the certificate I got is the beginner of the honeybee course, but the objective, really is to be a master honeybee, beekeeper. And to do that, you got to go through a bunch of classes and courses. But one of the requirements for that is you also got to have public service hours. And I've never even been to the state fair before, to be honest with you. So I'm actually looking forward to volunteering and going to that. It should be in like October. And we got an apiary out here in Richlands. It's probably like 10 minutes from me. So, and we're gonna go out there, and if I haven't done it already, go out there and actually paint the bee boxes. And I got a little bit of artistic. I'm a little bit of an artist. I could draw, so maybe we'll paint them one. Uh, Give them a good coat of a solid color, and then draw a theme or design on them. Ain't quite got up with the person to do it, but we on a list to do it for sure. Look, I'm burning up. That's all I got for today, man. I was I was I was really happy, man, to get a certificate that you didn't expect. Um, I earned it too. In this, if y'all don't know, because I've never mentioned it before, but I'm a damn. I'm a certificate junkie and a name tag junkie. I really like name tags. So when that came in, I was like, hell yeah, that's what's up. And it was like a presentation too. They're like, oh yeah, old Billy Jakowski, he passes uh, written in his practical. Let's give him a hand. Come up here and get your name tag. Hell yeah, man, that's what's up. And here, if I don't know what y'all got going on in your life, how about that moon? It's beautiful out there. If you ain't seen it before, I have this stop sign down here, and the stop sign's a part of my other channel. If you've never seen it before, if you don't know anything, hey Dixie, how's it going? Appreciate you stopping by. If you don't know anything about my story, in 1998, I was down in McAllen, Texas, to pick up a truck that was loaded with marijuana. It had almost 200 pounds in it, and I got pulled. I went through a federal checkpoint in Sarita, Texas, where a dog started barking, and I was busted with that marijuana. I ended up going to court, in federal court. I was sentenced to 40 months in federal prison and 36 months in 36 months of supervised release. And I ended up violating when I got out. I ended up doing 2 more years in federal prison. So in federal prison, I ended up doing a total of 55 months and 7 months at the halfway house. And I went to 30 county jails, 30 something county jails, 6 federal prisons. I've been on Con Air twice. I went through the ringer, man. It was a eye-opening experience. And so one of the objectives I do over there, it's called Pimp, Prison is My Playground, is people struggling with addiction and doing crimes and shit, prison reform, because that's not a life. Doing drugs and committing crime will only end you in county jail, prison, or death, and it's not the way to go. And with story time with Uncle Bill is what I do after prison to do things to make sure that I never want to go back, because man, it fucking sucks for 1,000 reasons. Do you want to wake up every day and worried about if you got to fight somebody? Do you want to wake up every day worried about somebody's going to stab you? Do you want to wake up every day and worrying about somebody trying to fucking rape you, take something you got, do something bad to you, anything other than be nice to you? Because if you out there doing drugs or committing crimes, it's only a matter of time before you fall down that rabbit hole and get caught up in that trap that your personal source, your personal choices, and your misbehaving ass is about to take you is not the road that's ever going to be anything that you could be proud of or say that, hey, man, I did that and shit. Matter of fact, the bigger that you are in the drugs and crime, the longer time that you do. And you're not going to get anywhere but locked up, man. The life that you live is over, and it doesn't matter how much money you got. Look at P. Diddy, look at R. Kelly, look at everybody that you know that right now that's got their ass locked up. Doesn't matter. Nobody cares. They don't care. Oh, I'm from New York. I'm from Detroit. I'm from LA. Who gives two shits? You are an inmate, man. Trying to make it home if you don't get in that life sentence. So if you out there doing drugs, committing your crime, and you're going one step closer to jail, prison, or death, and you looking for a sign, I always got one right here. This is all you have to do, and you know it. This is the greatest thing you do in life if you're doing wrong. And listen, I know, oh my God, how hard it is to break bad habits. Huh? Keep doing the same stupid shit that got you in trouble over and over again and wondering why you ain't getting nowhere in life. Because you need to take a bigger look at yourself. Most of the time, it's behavior, man. It really is. You have to, like, if you can't follow the rules, what the fuck is your problem? Everybody else is. And when you get involved with that justice system, them cops come to lock you up, and you got to deal with a court-appointed lawyer. All your money's going to go to lawyers. All your money's going to go to commissary, and you just ain't going to have shit, man. You ain't got nothing to look forward to. But if you're a man, dudes, how much do you like dudes? Because if you gay, I wouldn't even recommend go to a gay bar or something. Don't. Jail ain't where it at. But if you're going to do it, fuck, I'm telling you, man, all the dudes you want up there. And straight dudes will let you do it. I seen some stud dudes, man, and I ain't gay or nothing. Good looking dudes, smart dudes, doctors. I've been locked up with all of them. And hey Kim, how you doing? Appreciate you stopping by. And got them coming for visits and shit, and be with two dudes later on that night. And you ask them about it and shit. Man, I'm getting mine. I ain't gay. Okay. It's just circumstances that and every jail and prison has a politic about it. You have to adjust to it. Do you want to adjust to that? Do you know do you know about those politics? There's certain things in life that you should never have to experience, and jail or prisons is one of them because it means you were doing wrong. Try not to ever do wrong. God, man, because you know what the one thing it'll never be? It'll never be worth it. And that's the one question I always ask in life: is it worth it? Because you know what you'll do if it's worth it? You'll do everything you can to accomplish it. And I've seen that with just drugs. What people will do just to get a drug. You know what my buddy used to say, and it was pretty funny. I always thought it was the funniest thing. Sometimes the worst thing is trying to find fucking drugs. You could have $1 million and want to get high, and nobody's got dope. That's a problem. If you want to get high, that's a problem. It's a problem you never want. It's a problem you don't need in your life. Because once you get it, that shit stays with you, man. And alcohol is probably the fucking worst. You could just go spend $1.50 at a liquor store, get you a little damn pint of the cheapest shit you got, get drunk as hell, and stay that way for 20 years. 20 years. 30 years, 40 years. I got a buddy that's been smoking crack 50 years. 50 years. Spends roughly about $5,000-$6,000. Do you make $5,000-$6,000 a month? Retired from 2 different government jobs. He makes good money. $15,000, $16,000, $20,000 a month. He gets free and clear money. He spends half of it on crack cocaine. Like nothing. Don't even buy it in big quantities. Buy nickels and dime bags of shit. 50 years, able to retire twice. One time, everybody knows about Len Bias, the next Michael Jordan, did cocaine going. If you know somebody out there struggling, see if you can't be that person. Sometimes you don't know what it takes to stop somebody from doing something. Sometimes just simply saying, hey, man, I miss you, but you're not there. Whatever you're addicted to has becoming more important than everything that you got going on in life. Your whole life, nothing else matters but that drug or that woman or that bet that you need to make or God, you can have any kind of addiction: religion, work, sex, gambling, drugs, and the only way that you're ever going to come a bad addiction, probably you have to find another addiction just as much, man. The honeybees ain't becoming an addiction to me, but nature is. If you watch any of my channel, man, I got cool snakes and beetles and praying mantises and turtles and uh, butterflies and dragonflies all over me. I'm telling you, dragonflies just seem to be landing on me now. I don't know what the hell it is, but I tell you, thank God every day for it because it just keeps me happy. And happiness is something that you have to help overcome that addiction. And happiness comes within. Hey, Outdoor Aquatic Man, I appreciate you stopping by. Um, you can stop today. No, no bad addiction is worth it. It'll never be. That's the story for today. I appreciate everybody stopping by. I'm about to burn the hell up. Uh, if you can, hit that like button, share the video, subscribe if you haven't. I'm going to call you here in a minute, Brandon. Love you.